Hey, wait a minute. It's supposed to be changing over here. You're supposed to be changing. And then I forgot to turn the light. Sorry. Ugh. Sometimes when I turn the light on, I'm like... Anyways, what's up? How's it going? Welcome back to another episode of the best worst show on the internet. Nice to see you. Hopefully you're doing well this evening. I hope we bring you the good show. Yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter. How's it going, friends? And internet friends? Is that who talks like that? I think that's fucking Quite Gracely or something like that. Quite Gracely? No. Sort of great. No, that's not right either. Really graceful. That's what it was. Yeah. She goes, "Hi, internet friends." God, I wish I could be that wholesome. Nope. Can't LARP that hard. If I could, damn, I'd be a fucking rich man. I'd be a rich ass man. Anyways, nice to see you, Deborah Breeden, Mrs. Florida Woman. Hello to Christina, formerly of Bakersfield. Not sure where you live now, but we do know that you are down with the clown, which I do believe means that you like the ICP or whatever. I don't know. I feel like there's a name for those types of people. Oh, yes. Fucking weirdos. Wait, no. It was juggalo. Not a weirdo. It was a juggalo. I get him confused sometimes. I'm just messing. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. Okay? We got Miguel H. Motherfucking Miguel. He always just shows up. Doesn't even have a fucking profile picture. How lazy is that? That's lazy as shit. I'll tell you what. I mean, you have a cell phone. Probably, so like, you know how easy it is for you to take a picture and put it up there? Like, it's easy. Christina's all like, "We're a juggalo. We're nice people." Yeah, they're nice people. Juggalos, in my experience, are nice people. Unless you fucking say or do some shit that they don't like, then they are not nice people. Then they become very, very angry people. But for the most part, they're nice people. You know, you just fucking throw some Fago at them or whatever. Give them an ICP album. They'll be all right, dude. If you could actually bust an ICP song, I'm sure that would probably satiate them. I remember one time or whatever. Only reason I even know who they are is because there was a radio station that used to play their songs or whatever. And, you know, I'm an idiot, so I memorize stupid things that nobody would ever think of. And it's like I have song lyrics in my head. There's more song lyrics in my head than there's anything else, I think, probably. Especially brains. There's more song lyrics than brains in my head. But yeah, I do know quite a bit of ICP songs. I was never a juggalo, right? Never a juggalo myself. I just like the songs, and I heard about the band, and then people were like, "You can't like that because it's like, you know, they're like worshiping the devil and shit." And I was like, I don't know, guys. They kind of seem like a Christian rap band. That's what they seem like to me. And they're like, "Excuse me?" All my friends would be like, "What the fuck are you talking about? They're killer clowns." And I'm like, I don't know. They only talk about doing that shit. They don't actually ever show themselves doing any of that shit. You know, all of it definitely seems to be very illusionary and such. But yeah, like, I think it came out later on that they were actually like super religious and shit, which is just like a head fuck. Yeah. That is a head fuck. Yeah, it's all about family values, just weird ass clown family values. You got to treat people nice, even if they're wearing weird ass clown makeup and shit. It's fine or whatever. I can always hear that one song. It was like, da-da-da-da-da-da. I don't even know if I could say those lyrics on here, man, because it's like, "You a witchy bitch, yo, fuck you. And if I did, I'd probably show her that Nope, can't say that shit. By throwing all these other motherfuckers out of here. I go through the phone book and whack them all. If I find contestant number 1, I break his fucking jaw." What? Sorry. See, I know the lyrics. You know, just like, you could just play a random song and I'll know it. You'll think that you're even going to get me because you're going to play some fucking country, and then I'm going to bust you on that one too. And you're going to be like, "What the fuck? How does he even know country? He's brown." You're like, "Hello. From Arizona. I grew up on the fucking farm and shit, driving trucks." Well, I mean, I didn't have a truck. My dad had a truck. I drove his truck. It was like pretty badass. It was lifted, it had flames on the side. Whenever bitches saw me driving that truck, they wanted their pee-pee. Let me tell you that much. They love the man well. They see that truck and be like, yeah, he's short, kind of chubby, but he got that truck. And I'd be like, yeah, dude. It's not really mine, though. It's my dad's. He just let me drive it. It was nice of him. It was nice of him. It's almost like he wanted to help me get some ass or something. What a nice guy. What a nice guy. Thanks, stepdad. I never even thought about that. He's always out there trying to hook me up. He spent all that money on that truck, and the only person that was really getting ass because of it was me. Sorry. Anyways, it is what it is, my friends. Yeah, dude. Small town. National forest. What is that? That's weird. So, anyways, what do we have to talk about today? Well, I mean, my day was pretty interesting. I was working with Trader Joe's for the last couple of months doing a lot of installations and stuff, and I finally got done with my very last one for the Trader Joe's in the area today. And, of course, it went as well as you thought. Well, I mean, it went pretty great. I did my job pretty great. This morning was pretty bullshit. Like, I had to show up there and, just be there because... if something went wrong, because I did all my work last night when we did it, and then we tested everything. So I was like, well, we tested everything and everything works. So, in the 5 hours that it takes for us to come back, I'm pretty sure it's still going to work. But you know what? Hey, I don't come up with the shit. So I was just sitting up in the office, minding my own business on my iPad, just scrolling Twitter or whatever, just checking, having some mean vibes or whatever. And there was like this girl that came in all upset, and I was just all like, oh, hello. Yep, hello. And they were like talking about all these shirts because there was all these like shirts thrown out all over the place. And I don't know, it seemed like they were changing their shirts or some kind. The shirts looked like they were brand new, and they had just taken them out of boxes, and then they had just thrown them on this fucking dirty ass floor with dust so thick. I mean, when I was moving like networking equipment and shit, I'm telling you, motherfucker, like I went like this, and my hand was like black. Like that's how bad it was, and it was everywhere. So like, there's all these like brand new shirts sitting on the ground, and then this girl comes up and she says she's holding her shirt over herself like this, and it looks pretty small, right? And she's like, this is a medium. And I was like, this guy gave me a medium to wear. And I was just like, well, I was like, well, maybe he's trying to get a look or something. I don't know. It seems like sexual harassment. And then, like that was it. I didn't say anything else. So then, go back to doing my shit. I'm on a Zoom meeting or whatever with the Trader Joe's IT team and a bunch of other people. So like, and I'm on mute. I just have it on my iPad sitting right in front of me. And on the other side of the screen, I'm on Twitter, and I just like, obviously, like I didn't need to be there because they didn't need me, but yeah. It doesn't make a whole lot of sound. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, if you ask me. So, like, I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the manager comes up, and in my ear, I have my iPad, like I'm on my AirPods for the Zoom meeting. So, I'm not, like, just leaking the contents of the meeting to everyone or whatever. And it was pretty quiet, so I was just sitting there, like my own business. And I don't know, like this manager guy that had came up, and he was like super angry with me. And he was like, you can't be talking like that to my employees. And I was like, excuse me? What in reference are you talking to? I was like, because, one of your people was just saying that her manager was sexually harassing her or something like that because he gave her a really small shirt. And that's what I said. It sounding like sexual harassment. And he was like, well, that's not what she said. And I was like, well, it really doesn't matter what she said. And then I unmuted the Zoom meeting and then turned it all the way down and took it off my AirPods so that even if those guys were talking, they wouldn't be, he wouldn't, the guy that was standing next to me wouldn't be able to tell that he was on the Zoom meeting. So I just kind of sat there for a second. I muted the Zoom meeting and I was just like, well, yeah, we're here because we're doing the switch cutover. It looks like everything is pretty much done. You guys are already ready to go for opening. So, I'm not sure what you're in reference to, but I was like, but you really need to get out of my face. Cause he was sticking his finger in my face and shit. And I was just like, dude, you need to get your finger out of my face. I was like, number one, I'm not harassing any of your employees. And number two, it kind of feel like you're harassing me right now. And I have to remind you that I am not a Trader Joe's employee. I don't work for Trader Joe's. And if you keep, waving your finger in my face and yelling at me, I'm going to leave the job site. That's it. He was like, well, yeah, you could go. I'm like, cool. Well, all I need from you is to sign the paperwork so that we're done. Everything's already online. The installation's complete. The only reason that I'm even here today is because they asked me to be here. And I generally go at nighttime when I'm over there. So I interact with all of the managers. I know who the general manager is. And this guy was not it. Right. And he just kind of seemed like he was on some sort of power trip or whatever. And he didn't realize that he was in the meeting. And I'm pretty sure all the meeting people were starting to get a little upset at that point because I was just like, well, I mean, if you're not going to sign my paperwork and stuff, I was like, that's fine. I was like, I'm glad that the Zoom is aware of what the issue is. So when, I go to submit this, I'm just going to write your name right here. And then I'm going to put that you refuse to sign it. And I was like, and they can just take a copy of the Zoom recording. And the guy didn't register that. He didn't register it. He was like, so I just was still holding the thing up. And I was like, all right, well, I'm on my way out. And then this guy starts berating me as I'm leaving. He was like, well, you need to get out faster. And I was like, bro, I'm leaving. I was like, but, you need to get out of my face. I was like, you need to definitely don't put your hands on me. And I was like, you need to take 5 steps back. And I was like, in fact, honestly, you need to go back over to the bridge because I'm pretty sure the guys on the Zoom call are going to be calling you right now because they've been, listening to this whole entire thing. And I go, and it seems though, and it sounds like you were sexually harassing one of your employees and now you're trying to take it out on me. And I was like, and I simply won't fucking have that. So I was like, you need to step back, you fucking piece of shit. And he was like, excuse me, what did you say? And I said, you need to take a step back, you fucking piece of shit. And he just kind of looked at me so wide-eyed and just and I was like, dude, I'm not a Trader Joe's employee. I was like, this is not going to affect my life in any way. And I was like, but you just broadcasted your shenanigans to an entire Zoom meeting. And I was like, so if you're going to keep talking to me like that, yeah, I'm going to call you a fucking piece of shit and I'm not going to care about it. And it was funny as shit because this guy didn't realize. And then the girl that had complained was kind of I look over at her because she was standing over there and she kind of was like, ooh, shit. Because he obviously came at me when she was talking about him in the first place, and it kind of outed it to everybody that was in the store. So I was just like, yeah, that's cool, whatever, man. I don't give a shit. I'm sick and tired of I'm fucking sick and tired of coming to this fucking store. You guys are such fucking assholes. It's unbelievable. I was like, even the guys, and I'm still on the Zoom meeting, by the way, just to mind you, I left the thing unmuted. And I was just like, God, you Trader Joe's people are fucking insufferable. I was like, you guys are fucking insufferable. You're so fucking fake. You act everybody's all cool and shit, but then you're saying all kinds of jicky shit behind people's backs. And you're misrepresenting what people say. And I was like, lady, I have a recording of everything. I take a camera with me every time I go on a job so that, just in case something like this happens, I could just play the video. And I was like, so at the end of the day, you guys are fucking dumb. I was like, I wouldn't have to do this sort of thing unless you guys push me to do it. So I sent the copy of the video to the company, and then I got paid out immediately for the job and a bit extra. And I was just like, all right, cool, man. That's fine. That's fine. It's fine. But yeah, it's like the Trader Joe's team is just horrible, man. Like, I'm talking to like the Trader Joe's principals and then the other company that's out there. And I'm just like, you guys are fucking insufferable, man. I was like, you guys really think that we don't? I was like, half the reason that I have an extra device that I take with me or whatever is just so that I could record interactions with these companies, with the individuals, because like I wouldn't believe it, in the 5 years or so that I've been doing field service work, I've had so many different times where a manager or an individual at the store didn't like what I had to say or didn't like how I was saying something. And mind you, when I'm at work, I'm like, yes, no, maybe, okay. I don't say anything else because I'm literally just trying to do the job, right? Like, I'm just like, I don't give a fuck that you were just fishing salmon in the Alps. Don't give two shits that you just had a baby and, you know, you want to talk about it for 5 minutes while I'm just fucking sitting here waiting for you to actually let me do my job. So I've just been like, hey, at the end of the day, this entire situation and Ace Batsu recording without consent in AZ is a felony, is it not? Well, I'm not in Arizona. So, no. And even if it was in Arizona, it's still not a felony. So, doesn't matter. And furthermore, in my contract, it does dictate and stipulate that I am going to be recording everything and taking photographs of everything. So, it's part of the job, right? Because, like, the entire time that I'm there, the only way that I can communicate with the guys is through different forms of video conferencing, Zoom meetings, fucking Microsoft Teams. That's another one that everybody that has it. So like, I don't have to worry about it, like, to be perfectly on it. So like, I know the law, I know my rights, it's written in my contract, and yeah, it's all about defensive shit. But it's like, yeah, dude, when you got people at these businesses that do this stuff, and it's mostly liberal, it's seriously, and it's Trader Joe's, right? Like, super liberal ass company, super fucking liberal ass company. They'll just do whatever the fuck that they want. I think that they just unionize too, which is absolutely hilarious. Yes, a union of overpaid grocery workers who think that they're changing the world. Ha! Don't you just fucking love those kinds of people? I love those kinds of people. So, I guess at the end of the day, you got to realize that, you know, in this day and age, if you're a police officer, you're wearing a body cam and you're collecting footage. If you're an IT tech, you're wearing a shirt. It's really easy to put a pin camera right on you, hit record, have a nice fat, you know, USB stick. Because for me, it's much easier because I could be like, well, that's not how it went. Here's how it actually went. And if you guys don't like it, suck my pee-pee. Thank you. Yeah, and you can record anywhere in public that you want. Doesn't matter. And even anywhere else doesn't really matter. The phone recording or the recording thing only applies to telephone calls, basically. And these aren't telephone calls. We're in person. And it's a Zoom meeting. And then I'm also recording everything utilizing Zoom and recording software on the iPad. So think about that. Think about that. Like, that's what you gotta do. You gotta, like, defend yourself against this. It's like, I'm not doing anything wrong, dude. I just, like, literally redid their entire store the last day. And then I run into the weirdest manager on the surface, and he tries to get all bucked up on me. And I put him in his place, and I was just like, look, piece of shit, you fucking piece of shit. Get away from me. I'm leaving. I was like, get away from me, bro. I'm walking out. Like, it was my idea to leave, dipshit. I was like, it's my idea to leave, dipshit. Like, way to fucking show everyone around here how fucking dumb you are. And I was like, and yes, I am talking to you like this because this is how I fucking talk when I don't have to worry about stepping on eggshells around dumbasses like you. I was like, so bye-bye, bye-bye. Call the cops if you want. I was like, I'll just show them the footage of how this all went down, and you'll look like a fucking idiot. So bye-bye. And then I went in my car, got out of the Zoom meeting, all that shit, and then left. So it made me wonder at the same time, because like over the last couple of years, I've had to go to these places like that, like Target and shit. And some of these companies are just like assholes. And I have cucked so many of their IT people at certain times. It's been unbelievable, right? Like some of these guys are just like, they're like young dipshits out of college, and they're trying to tell me how to do shit. And I'm just like, well, here. I was like, well, hey, here. I was like, listen here, young buck. Hey, listen here, you little idiot. Take a second. Stop reading off of that thing that you're just reading, because that's obviously all you're doing is reading to me. Yes, I can read too. Sir, I already read that. I was like, I'm trying to do a thing over here. Can you shut the fuck up? Can you shut up and let me work? And then I'll let you know when I want you to talk to me. Thanks. They don't like that shit because, they want to be in charge, but you always got to let them know that they're not in charge, especially when they hire you. You're like, I'm in charge. You're halfway across the country, halfway across the world, whatever the fuck. You have no power here. Shut the fuck up. And if you treat big companies like that for long enough, let me tell you, you're going to go places. I don't know what places, but you're going to go places. Now, speaking about going places, well, now that we've talked about all that other bullshit, yeah, let them think they're in charge without letting them be in charge. Because definitely nobody's in charge of me, motherfucker. And I'm all perfectly peachy keen and nice and quiet until you push the wrong buttons or, start waving your hands in my face and shit like that and then grabbing me. And yeah, I'm going to fucking push you to the fucking ground. Although I didn't push this guy to the ground. I just used one finger to push him away from me, right? I was like, get your hands off of me. And I literally used one finger. Just one finger to move his entire hand and arm and everything away from me. And then just keep pushing him back to the point where he was trying to push against me. And my one finger. And he couldn't move me. And I was moving him ever so gently back, easy, and I was just like, yeah, you just need to get the fuck away from me real quick. Don't you even think that you're gonna put your hands on me, sir? Yep, definitely do that. And be like, yeah, I guess you're not gonna get your computer terminals fixed. And I was like, you're a dumb fuck, because literally they're gonna have to get somebody else on contracting this. And let me tell you, it took 6 months to get this contract all worked out, so you guys are gonna have a tech person for 6 months. That's how dumb you are. Now, for something new. Well, I mean, it's not new. I mean, actually, it's kind of fucked up, man. Justin is lost. Somebody got censored. I figured I would say something about it because irregardless if other channels aren't going to shout out your boy Manuel when he gets censored from Twitter and other places, he's still going to point out that other people are getting censored. And this one really confused the fuck out of me, actually, because Justin Was Lost was a channel that I was not aware of at all until the Eliza Blue situation started up. And he was one of the guys that was making Eliza Blue content out of the blue. So, obviously I considered him to be a part of the group of individuals that were obviously grifting and, just trying to get the content out there because, they obviously didn't talk to me. But he ended up talking to me actually a little bit, but, I don't really understand, what's going on with, or what was really going on with this situation. So I didn't really put too much clout into putting it out there. Although I did pay very, very close attention to his views. And when he was back then, I swear to God, he was only in the 5,000 to 10,000 range for subscribers. And when he got suspended, he was at 53,000. which to me was pretty crazy because I've been watching that go up, right? Like, I've been watching him grow up, and it seemed like he was really kind of following the way that Jeremy from the Quartering had been putting out his videos and then actually putting out shorts and whatnot. But with a relative shock, YouTube basically removed his entire channel. And they said that it violated the harassment policy. And they just said that they're not going to be putting his channel back up. Like, this is the thing from the appeal. This guy, he didn't get any strikes. That's the thing that's really, really crazy about this, you guys, is that he hadn't had any copy strikes, no community guideline strikes, nothing. He was literally barely making any content associated to anything that I would consider to be a taboo topic. And it seems in the recent history, the only thing that he was talking about that could have irked anyone was the Sound of Freedom video, or the Sound of Freedom movie that everybody's been talking about, that's got over $100 million into it or so far that people have raised. So I feel like this is it, right? Like, we're about to see the next wave of censorship that's going to be kind of cresting over everywhere. So, I have to take this time and remind you it's my duty as the best person that ever lived. I know, sounds really narcissistic and shit, but eventually, in many years, maybe hundreds of years from now, I don't know, people will look back on this time and they will look back at Manuel and they will be like, you know what? God is with us. That dude was fucking a genius. He was misunderstood, and he really just wanted to change the world for the better. Man, he was almost like the real Jesus. Almost. He was just short fat, though. And he was a G. I'm not Jesus. I'm Manuel. It's different. It's different, you guys. Some people get that shit confused. They're not the same person. They're not the fucking same person. So, who knows? I mean, just looking at all these things, it just makes me wonder, dude. How could a channel get deleted due to multiple severe violations of YouTube's policy prohibiting content to design, harass, threaten, or bully when they've never actually gotten a strike for any of that? Right? That's the thing. Yeah. Many strikes. Many strikes. You have to get many strikes. Remember, I've been through this before, right? We've been through it, the entire thing. His situation seems to be different than mine. So I'm actually going to have him come on the channel on Saturday, and we're going to talk about this probably more in depth, I would have to say, because I feel like it's not going to be just him. Like, we've been seeing people just getting censored out of nowhere on Twitter. We've been seeing many YouTube channels, not just Justice Lost. I've heard of at least 5 or 6 other ones, not ones that I generally watch, but I've heard of a lot of YouTube channels basically getting deleted over the same kind of thing. So, I'm here to remind you that, hey guys, you might want to go follow us on Rumble. You might want to go follow us on Kick, and you might want to go follow us on Twitch and the other places. Just in case some shit goes down. Hate to have to keep reminding you that censorship on these platforms is about to get taken into overdrive, but it is. And it just started happening. Okay? So just a casual reminder that, what? It ain't getting better, guys. It's just getting worse. And it's robots that are replying to you and answering your appeals, and guess what? The appeals to emotion don't work on those things. So it's just gonna be kind of strange and weird and whatever. And for the Metal Monster PDX, how do you send me a message? Hello? Discord? Twitter? Twitch? Go to griftcast.com, fucking email us. It's all there. I say it every fucking day. Like, you should know that shit by now. Seriously, what the fuck? How do I send you a message. I don't know. Oh, well. At the same time, we have, some of the more, I would have to say, not so great channels on the YouTube or whatever. And now, I guess on the Rumble, some people are very, very pissed off right now because Rumble has shown itself to, I guess, be censoring people's content like Drummer 828. Because apparently, after getting his YouTube videos deleted by a one Montagraph, he moved them over to Rumble, and it looks like Montagraph has been able to expertly get those videos removed off of Rumble because he shared some private email accounts from some individuals. So yeah, somebody named Nick Namoff, an editor, actually let them know that, there's been some private information that's been shared, and you either better remove the volatile content or we're going to have to take them down. Yeah, we're going to have to take them down. So let's just kind of how it's going to be. And it's just sad because, you know what? There's actually been some kind of juicy updates in the whole Nicholas Ricada versus Steve Quest lawsuit. Yeah, so, I mean, I know all of the dumb shit YouTube lawyers have been trying to, jerk themselves off and having a big circle jerk with Ricada and themselves, where they're all, cooming and jizzing and all of each other in their fucking deplorable mediocrity. Well, obviously, I was correct when I said that this wasn't going to be an easy dismissal for Mr. Nicholas Ricada, and it didn't matter if he hired the best defamation lawyer in his opinion or whatever. I told him that, this is not going to go the way that he thought it was going to go, and he's going to end up in court. And yeah, it happened. So a motion to dismiss that he thought was just going to be a fucking slam dunk. Oh, it's going to be so easy. I got the best lawyers. I'm a fucking beautiful. I'm the greatest. Yeah, well, guess what? Drunk dumbass, coon fuck. Guess what? You failed. And not only did you fail, you're a YouTube lawyer who's supposed to be super great at lawyering and stuff, and you couldn't even get this fucking thing dismissed. So, honestly, I hate to say it, but this is a massive win for Monograph because he's emasculated this fuck in such a great way, to the point that I'm just kind of fucking shocked that Monograph has been able to pull one out on him in this kind of way, because in this whole entire document, the judge basically says that this is two internet assholes fighting with each other, and he can't even really see where the fucking, shit is. So the only reason this is moving forward is because, A, Randazza and fucking Ricada basically didn't do a very good job of getting this thing denied in the first place, or showing why it should have been denied in the first place. And it also says that basically Monograph kind of didn't really show what his damages were, and it's still kind of unquestionable as to how the damages would come through. But since Mr. Ricada called the dude a pedophile, it doesn't matter if he said, well, alleged pedophile, or it's my opinion that he's a pedophile in that particular state. Calling somebody a pedophile and them not being a pedophile automatically grants you certain types of rights that you just can't lawyer yourself out of. And I mean, considering the fucking fact that this dude's a lawyer from Minnesota and he didn't figure this out before it was too late, just shows how fucking dumb YouTube fucking lawyers are. And I mean, honestly, I look at all of the lawyers right now in his circle that are basically not calling this shit out and fucking dying. Y'all are fucking gay. You gay. You gay. You gay. So, yeah, I don't get it. It's just so crazy, to the point, in fact, that this is a case of defamation as well as both intentional and negligent infliction of emotional distress. Quest claims that Ricada made false defamatory statements over a course of 6 videos from October 22nd or 2022 to January 2023, and he asserts that in these videos, Ricada insulted him using coarse language slurs and that Ricada called him a pedophile. Ricada moves to dismiss on the basis of Colorado's anti-slap legislation. Well, hey, dumb fuck, it doesn't matter if Steve Quest allegedly lives in fucking Ohio or Colorado or whatever. You're fucking getting sued in Minnesota, dumb fuck. You don't have jurisdiction for Colorado. So the fact that you and your dumb fucking best lawyer ever guy or whatever thought that this was going to work really shows how fucking dumb you guys are. Like, seriously, you're dumb. Like, I don't even know why you tried that shit. It was like a Hail Mary. It was a dumb Mary. That's what I'm going to call it. A dumb Mary. It was dumb and it was never going to work. That's why it was a dumb Mary. A Hail Mary is dumb, but it's got a chance. There's a fucking chance. A small one, but there's a fucking chance. So, with this dumb Mary lawsuit, I mean, I could only just basically bow down to Monograph and say, damn, dog, like, honestly, your trolling skills have gotten to a level that is literally legendary in my book. Like, I got no ill will towards Monograph in this particular situation. I have talked to Nicholas Ricada about his incorrect statements and begged him to basically reconsider his stupidity because his understanding of law is very small, and it's clear to me that his understanding of free speech is even smaller, right? So, like, it's just kind of funny that Steve Quest, a.k.a. Monographed, a.k.a. October Raids, a.k.a. the fucking Umbrella Man, a.k.a. goddamn gangster ass motherfucker. That's all I gotta say. And it's just funny because, like, I ain't even trying to make friends with anybody over in the LawTube side because all of those fucking degenerate losers have no fucking clue how to do any research. And they're literally trying to tell me on my own business. I'm like allegedly one of the best researchers on the internet, beat entire groups of fucking intelligence officers from the government and shit, but whatever. AI, who gives a shit? You know, I only train the shit, whatever. Anyways, these guys don't seem to be able to understand that there's no evidence of any of the stuff that they've ever claimed, and they've only been spouting off internet salacious rumors that have no basis in truth or reality that have already been gone off. And I mean, it would have been a lot easier for fucking Nicholas Ricada to be like, you know what, Monty? I'm sorry. I didn't mean all that shit. I was just trying to be an internet dumb shit and grift with my audience, and I wanted to have a little back and forth. I didn't realize that you actually were going to sue me and make it this a problem. And now this is really affecting me. My stress is going really high. I'm getting fucking speeding tickets I can't afford, and my car I can't afford, and things aren't going well for me. So, you know, me calling you a child molesting effing effer was probably a mistake. So me as Nicholas Ricada is just here to say, I'm sorry, I put the guns down. Please drop the lawsuit. Thank you very much. Which is all he really had to do. But for somebody like Nicholas Ricada, who is a very small brain and mind, has not very much understanding of the legal procedures and how to be a morally unbankrupt type of individual, basically lost in this particular area. So what does it all mean? It all means that now they get to go to Discovery. Yep, that's right. They get to go to Discovery. That's right. They're going to Discovery. So, Drunk Kita, all of his devotees, every single one of them, they were all wrong. They were all so wrong that they had to wait until this. And honestly, if you just go to Clip This channel or the channel Clip This Now, you could see all of just the amazing, you know what? There's just like amazing videos on here. I think it's Clip This Now. Wait, not Chip This Now. Wait a minute. Yeah, I'll just go through my history because I don't give a fuck. Yeah, what you been watching? Marvel videos and fucking Star Citizen videos. and Russ videos because I'm a degenerate. Oh, yeah.
Specific conspiracy theories and criticizing them or anything like that.
Hey, clip this. That's what it's called now. Hey, clip this.
I don't know enough about any of this shit. And if you talk to people who are into a conspiracy theory, they'll tell you all the reasons it's convincing. It's like, cool, man. Like, I'm not going to sit here and refute it, but
yeah, there are a couple of really good videos that were just uploaded to this channel that really kind of give you a true understanding of how bad things are going over there, because it doesn't look good. And there's actually been some pretty damn good YouTube lawyers who aren't a part of the crew that can like see this with normal eyes and be all like, whoa, holy shit, Ricada's kind of fucked right now. He might actually lose this lawsuit because he's going to get deposed. He's got depositions now, so they're going to be able to call witnesses and shit. Monograph's going to be able to get access to his inbox. Yup. Monograph's going to be able to see his emails, text messages, and he can put out a pretty wide berth. You know, obviously you got to give it to these lawyer types and think that they're probably going to try to like limit the discovery just a little bit. But all I got to say is that he kind of fucked, buddy. You kind of fucked, buddy. And Ricada, you're so fucked in fact. Because remember, I had a little discussion with you over an internet medium called Twitter about this particular situation. And I offered you a deal. And I was just like, hey, man, I ain't looking to get on your channel to get clout. I just want you to know that there's a lot of things here. And I had the same situation with Monograph, and he was going to sue me, and he didn't end up suing me because I apologized and, you know, went with the truth that, you know, basically all that stuff is false, which is true. It's all false. You know, none of it's true. The only reason somebody would bring it up would be in a malicious way. And obviously he's an old fucking weirdo, but he's a old fucking weirdo. Okay. Monograph's my old fucking weirdo. I don't have a fucking grandpa anymore. But you know what? If I did, I would want him to be like Monograph. Weird, crotchety, old, funny, but like has weird ass characters, and he's always fucking keeping you guessing. Honestly, rather have that than anything else. I mean, you know, Ricada, does he bring anything to the table other than being drunk and stupid? No. Like, God, his legal fucking shit has been atrocious, but you know what? People are dumb, so they'll just watch whatever they watch. And I mean, for the majority of this stuff, you got to think that, like, there's other lawyers out there that are saying that this is going to be a huge fucking problem for him. Okay? Huge fucking problem. Huge fucking problem.
Nick's about $100,000 more worth of fucked right there.
$100,000.
Can Nick afford to settle? And
Nope.
by afford to settle,
He cannot.
I'm not just referring to the financial consequences. There's a reason that dumbass lawsuit over the tardigrades in Star Trek went as far as it did, which was the Second Circuit. There's a reason that the H3 versus... What was his name? The really cringe parkour dude. There was a reason why that case went as far as it did. There's a reason that the case that Aquila Hughes brought against Sargon of Akkad there went as far as it did. And in every single one of those cases, social media clout pushed an economically irrational case through extensive litigation. This case has also already, frankly, resulted in well more litigation than is economically rational.
Ah, yes. Obviously, no fucking clue who this guy is, but seriously, like this guy. Don't even know who he is. I like him wearing the Raiders of the Lost Ark shirt. Bro, I'm a thick bitch too, so I get the fold over shirt thing happening. And I mean, honestly, just like throughout this entire video, the fucking Indiana Jones, he's got the thing over his eyes. It's so funny, dude. But really, he's like, seriously, because this is where it's at. Like, Ricada makes a lot of money on YouTube and Rumble, but he doesn't make a lot of that much money, number one. Number two, when has he been doing cases? He hasn't been doing any cases, but he's bought a couple of fairly expensive cars, moved into a fairly expensive house, bought some fairly expensive paintings and such. And yeah, it's just, he's already like at least $100,000 into this case. There's a reason that he actually had to downgrade from Mark Randaz to a different lawyer, because he couldn't afford it. That's why he has a different lawyer now, is because he can't afford the lawyer that he has. And he's gone out and said it himself, is that, I can't afford that. And you got to remember is that Monograph's lawyer is doing this case pro bono, meaning that Monograph doesn't have to pay the lawyer any money for anything. And Monograph could lose, and guess what? He still doesn't have to pay the fucking guy a thing. Maybe he threw him $1,000 somewhere. I don't know. That's up to that's between Monograph and his lawyer. But at the present time, Monograph is winning utilizing the same tactic that I have used to win lawsuits in the past, where I've had shitty, crappy lawyers that can't do anything for me, like Stephen Biss, and then I actually just did it all myself. But, you know, all the filings and stuff, I had a lawyer that was connected to my mother take a look at, and most of the time he was like, yeah, you're not a lawyer, but you should have been one, because this is pretty damn good. You're a fucking genius. I'm like, oh, thanks, man. I'm actually a piece of shit, but appreciate that. It's nice to hear good things. And this is where we're at with the Ricada situation, is that he's going to be spending so much money. He's already spent more money than he's paid for his car probably on this lawsuit, which is fucking hilarious. And for a troll like Monty, that's a win. So it's just like it's just a series. This is just a series of unfortunate events for Ricada, where his entire empire is basically just imploding right before our eyes, and we're all just able to fucking watch this, because he was gonna take Monty down. He thought Monty was just gonna get licked a couple of times and go away. And then he actually gets sued. He fucking fucks off this entire lawsuit, talks all kinds of shit, says even more defamatory stuff, even worse, almost in a threatening manner that's not even included with this particular part of the lawsuit. Like, he's so fucked, it's unbelievable. It's almost unbelievable that he was so delusional in the first place to think that he didn't need to take this seriously, which is just crazy on itself, right? Like, he said he was taking it seriously. Oh, I hired Ryan Danza. We're going to fucking get this dismissed. Watch this. No problem. Hey, you know, let me tell you something. When I say I'm going to get something dismissed or settled, I get it done. And in every instance, I have gotten it done. It's not my fault that the person that I settled with posts the settlement agreement, therefore violating it and at the exact same time, you know, and completely making it null and void. And honestly, like, I had to send that shit over to their lawyer, and I'm just kind of like, oh, yeah, so we're done, right? And he's like, oh, yeah, we're done. I lose. And I was like, yeah, I know you lose. So, you know, if I fucking ever hear anything else about this shit, man, don't you worry, dog. I got all the fucking receipts, and I'll just basically send that all over, and I'll put it right there in the thing when they send it to me, and then I'll be chilling, dog. And then after that, then it's my turn. Nah. It don't mean that much to me or whatever. I'm not the type of guy that sues people. Like, I was going to sue Tim Pool. I was going to do the same thing to Tim Pool and bleed his ass dry, except for that's not the kind of guy that I am. Sure, Tim Pool said that I was some fucking black SUV driving, knocking people out with fucking drugs and fucking like some kind of super ultra gang stalker or whatever. I mean, that ain't me. That's definitely defamation. I definitely could have sued the shit out of him for it. I still can, technically. Technically, I can still sue him into the middle of next year. But, you know, I guess now I can use this to my advantage. So, you know, like, yeah, Tim, if I don't make it on your show in the next 6 months, I'm definitely going to be suing your ass. So it's either you get Manuel on your show or you're getting sued, buddy. Because, you're going to bring me on the show and you're going to apologize to me, to my face, on your show in front of all your fans. Or I'm suing you. And I'm taking your fucking beanie. I'm taking everything. I'm fucking taking everything. Anyways, that's just it. So think about this. If we have Ricada in this situation where he's losing all kinds of money, having familial problems, acting like a swigger, doing all this dumb shit, where are we supposed to go now? Well, I don't really know where we're going to go with it. It's just funny as shit to me because you know what? I got no skin in the game. I just like being right. It's a celebration, bitches. Because if you don't remember, how many months ago was it that we actually did a video on this? So let's see. Yeah, actually, I'll go to my channel and then we'll do this little button right here. We'll say Ricada. There it is right there, dude. It was 5 months ago, dude. 5 months ago that we did a video on this. Let's just go jump back 5 months ago. Let's go back. What was this show like 5 months ago? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Praise Allah. Or will we continue to live in illusion? And in a way, it's a matter of awakening ourselves to a new reality and responding to it. That song's so badass. That song's so fucking badass. God damn it, Globular. You're such a G. I miss you. Rest in peace, homie. Dude. So yeah, it was months ago. I did a 5-hour stream on this whole shit. And I broke this all down, guys. Like, I went through every single time that Monograph has been in law, has a lawsuit coming at him. We went through all of the different things.
And he always has it in subscriber-only mode.
So, I don't really get it, man. I don't get where people were going with this one and figuring this one.
Doing up here like Nick Ricada does on all of his streams, breaking down all the loans. I'm over here doing legal analysis, but I'm not a lawyer. I mean, at most I could be considered to be a paralegal or whatever, but like, it's definitely pretty clear this dude's not really thinking about this
Right
shit.
to appeal, yada, yada.
Yeah, see, it was definitely clear he wasn't thinking about it. 5 months later, February 17th, 2023. So yeah, 5 months later, it looks like you were wrong, Mr. Lawyer Man, and I was right, and I'm not even a fucking lawyer in Minnesota. How could I possibly have been able to do this? Do I have some sort of lawyer AI that is just feeding me all the answers? Or is it that AI that I created when I was a little kid that exists everywhere and then helps me? I'll never know. We're like one person nowadays. Anyways, so yeah, poor Ricada. Honestly, actually, he's gonna be poor, like, after this whole thing. I mean, he still has a chance, right, of getting it dismissed, but not until he's gonna be having to pay for lawyer fees and shit. I mean, at this point, it looks like Monograph is gonna be able to eke out a win on this, get the whole Minnesota money for being called the pedophile, and then at least to get awarded lawyer's fees. So I think at the end of the day, in this whole lawsuit, what I predict is going to happen is that Ricada is going to keep fucking up and doing worse because he can't do better because he just doesn't know how. And basically, he's going to end up paying Monograph's lawyer fees, his lawyer fees, and a little bit on extra for straight up calling Monty a pedophile. I mean, all this has been done in such an expert way by Monograph, which just increases the respect that we have for him, because he's the only guy that actually got me scared, okay? Like, he's the only guy that got me freaked out, like, knew what my dad's name was, knew where my dad lived, like, knew everything, right? He's the only one. Like, sure, Dave Acton was LARPing like he knew that shit, but he was just a LARPer. It was fucking Monograph. He had the whole 9 yards, was calling me on, like, private numbers and shit, all that other stuff. So, y'all remember, y'all were here, you fucking saw it. happen. Okay? So, yeah, nothing but respect for old man Winter, old man Monty. And honestly, I just got to say, damn, it sucks to suck, doesn't it? All you dumbasses trying to tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. I wouldn't waste my fucking time flapping my lips unless I already knew I was going to win. That's why I don't talk that much. Although this live stream, technically, I talk throughout the whole time. This is the most that I talk during the day. And half of the time, it sucks. That's why it's the best worst show on the internet. You fucking love
that. The case.
Oh, yeah. After this case, he's definitely losing his bar license for sure. And you know why is probably going to happen? It's because of all the nasty things that he said and all the unlawyerly stuff that he's done. This is a amalgamation. It's not just one thing that's taking him down. It's a whole bunch of things that are collectively going to take him down. He just doesn't see it because he doesn't have the foresight of you or I. He cannot see 3 feet in front of his face. He does not know how to perceive the future. He only knows how to imagine the next time his dick is going to get sucked, which is not a bad way to live.
That Aquila Hughes brought against Sargon of Akkad there went as far as it did. And in every single one of those cases, social media clout pushed an economically irrational case through extensive litigation. This case has also already, frankly, resulted in well more litigation than is economically rational. But economic rationality in defamation law often doesn't drive things. Frequently, the defendant can't afford to settle. Case in point, in fact.
Griftcast IRL.
And I raise this because some people, maybe not a lot of
thanks
people,
for getting in touch. Sorry for saying you were a
but
swinger.
some people, Ricada, thought that
I appreciate you getting.
this was a thing that would produce.
Oh, wait, dude, that's a good clip. Because that's literally right after me and him had the Twitter conversation. Yeah. Hey, Monty, it would really suck if you accidentally subpoenaed a Twitter conversation. Oh, shit, dude, we just got a donation to the Streamlabs. Somebody made us some fucking money. What a dumbass. I mean, thank you very much for your kind, generous donation. Please send me more money. 1111 through none other than Punderbuzz saying, old intro song is so good. Yeah, it is the best. It's the best. You know what? When people send me money through the Streamlabs, it's also the best because that comes right to my pocket. I ain't got to fucking wait a whole month or whatever for all these dumb platforms to steal my money. But then again, you know, we do respect the grift, and this show is a grift, and we do appreciate your money. We're definitely probably going to spend it on drugs. Just being honest. You know, like weed, probably. Maybe some. You know, I don't really drink beer, so it's either going to get spent on fast food or drugs. Maybe rent. Possibly rent or my car payment. I don't know. Those are really. All I really have to pay is rent, car payment, insurance, phone bill, internet bill, electric bill. You know, all the same fucking bills that you got to pay. Whatever. Now let's go back to the video.
Back to me. This is Defango, by the way. I know it's you. And I've said my statement on all of that. But yeah, thanks for rehashing that. God damn it.
God damn it. Look at these two fuckwads. Look at this fat fuck right here, potentially criminal, with his fat fucking face, and smirking. And then you got this fucking weirdo, Camelot. Probably one of the most untalented individuals I've ever seen in my life. I mean, I don't know why people watch the show, but I think it's probably because they're just like watching stupid people.
Defcon.
So much drama with all that. Like,
what was that?
There's so much drama. I saw like a bunch of posts.
Just a little bit.
And I'm just like, everyone's tagging me. I'm like, stop fucking tagging me in this shit. I don't want to know what's going on. And I saw the thing about like you and your wife. And I'm like, okay, even I know the real story behind that. Like, this is just drama to create drama. It's just so annoying.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic. But hey, you know what? People come to the conclusions they want. You can't change them. That's the one realization that every content creator needs to have is when someone comes up with an opinion about you, like trying to directly change it is impossible. You can just keep doing what you're doing, and people will maybe change their minds, and they never will. But
yep, you're right. Trying to change these people's mind would be a losing battles, because all of these shitheads with their tiny brains, their tiny IQs, and their grifts don't really care about the truth. They only really care about how they're going to make things better for themselves. It's a very selfish me type situation. That's totally fine, dude. It's just funny that, we could go through and sure, I said he was a swinger or whatever. Honestly, I still kind of fucking believe that. I don't really believe them. Because, like, literally, I have no reason to believe Anna, that Star Wars girl, in any way, shape, or form. Because, A, she is a caricature. She is not a real person, right? Like, whoever the real Anna is, who I'm pretty sure I've seen before, is not this, like, internet person. The same thing with Ricada and the rest of these guys, like, they play characters, and these are the same characters that were telling me that, oh, I didn't know, you're causing drama and shit. I'm like, no, dog, I wasn't causing drama. I was trying to expertly research the drama and debunk it so that you didn't have to worry about it. But obviously, y'all are too dumb to realize that shit.
The other harsh reality is realizing that each person that gets mad at you and says, I don't like this thing, or right or wrong, like true or false, there's 8 billion other people. Like the amount of people that you will touch compared to the potential audience of YouTube is minuscule. The algorithm will not, like, at any given time, the algorithm will not get you to everybody. So just keep doing what you're doing. Be who you are, and it's perfectly fine. People are not going to like you sometimes, and that's okay.
Yeah, people don't like you sometimes. That's okay. That's probably the only prescient thing that he said, because he's talking to me right there, and he was like, yeah, man, I know you're trying to help and you have good intentions, but, over here on the ship with bad intentions, that's staffed with nothing but other people that have mismanaged intentions. We can't have a guy like you be around people like us, because you're going to force us to be real. We can't have somebody as real as you being around our tomfoolery and fakeness, because you ruin the fakeness of it all, because it seems that you cannot be fake with us. But in fact, I could be faker than all of them. They just can't figure it out. So it's fine, like I've reserved myself to always being the guy that's going to be misunderstood and disliked for having prescient opinions about reality, because I live in it, right? That's why I talk about it. We're the realest show out there, because we ain't trying to be something that we ain't, dog. We tell you about everything. You know who he is. You know our life shitty. You can see our dirty ass room. You can see how we live. And it's all because this is how this is supposed to be. It's a universal thing, right? I'm just following the mission from God that I was placed on when I got here. And there's people out there that don't like God. So, they don't like me. They don't like the things that I say. But the thing is that 5 months ago, I was right about this. And I was really trying to help. And guess what? They were like, trigger thumbs, fuck you, man. We don't want nothing from you. And, could it have helped him? Yes. Yes, we could have helped him in a big way. But he didn't want to take it seriously back then, and he got his one chance, his one warning that I give to every single human being out there. Once in a while, the voice of God comes knocking and says, hey, man, you got to make a fucking change, bro, or you're going to get fucked. And that was your chance, and you lost it. Now we just all got to watch the fucking ride, bro. Do you really think I'm going anywhere? No, I'll still be here long after you're gone. It's part of the reason that, because I'll live forever. Yeah. Me. You got a massive ego. What? Me. What the fuck? Who's got a massive ego? It's my show. Of course I have a massive ego about me. Yeah, no. It's about everyone else and how they don't listen to me. And then I tell them, hey, you were gonna wrong. This is how it's gonna fucking be. And then, yeah. It ends up being that way. So I just think it's fucking hilarious, to be perfectly frank. I like it, dude. I like that Monograph is actually fucking beating this guy, and it's beautiful to see. Like, it would have been so easy for them to just, I don't know, fucking listen to the voice of reason. But you know what? Fuck the voice of reason, man. I don't listen to that little conscious motherfucker. Fuck him.
We're
Yeah,
sending
fuck me.
a
I
angry
suck.
letter to the potential defendants with accusations of calling people literal pieces of shit might produce a settlement. When you have gone out and made a bold, courageous statement and staked your reputation on it,
I like
you
this
can't
guy.
settle as a defendant without killing your reputation, which is inexorably linked to your livelihood. That's not a case that settles. At least not a case that settles with anything other than a plaintiff walkaway. This is a case where Nick is the defendant, and I suspect that Nick is in a situation that's quite similar to the situation that he went to such great efforts to put Jamie Markey and Monica Rial into. How does Nick settle this case without killing his reputation with his chuds?
He can't.
I don't
kill
see
this
it, do
case
you?
Without losing the reputation as his chuds. He can't kill this case without losing his reputation as being the free speech fighter master guy. Nope. Essentially, I'm predicting it's already checkmate, and now Ricada is just basically going to be wasting money on filings when all he really needed to do was be like, Monograph, I'm sorry. I apologize for all those bad things that I said about you. And it would have been able to call it a day. It's really like people that have massive egos, like Ricada, that's a massive ego. You know, like the group before people that were on the screen when I was just explaining shit, those are people with massive egos, okay? Me, I don't have an ego. I just got reality. And then I crack really stupid jokes that nobody thinks are funny. But I think they're funny because I'm just amalgamating all of the hilarious shit that I think was cool over the years and just saying it. Like, do you really think I have a gun for an arm? You really think that there's a motherfucking cannon in here? Do you think that at any time I could just... You think there's wings back there? Do you think I could just turn blue? Do you think that's real? Like, you fucking serious? God damn, motherfucker. God damn, motherfucker. Get a grip. Get a grip. God damn it.
As for
Get a grip. Speaking of a grip.
my lawsuit update, I'll be going through.
This guy has... Look at this guy. As for my lawsuit update, I'm just hanging out in my fucking thousands of dollars hot tub, just kicking back, relaxing, not even worried about shit.
That tomorrow. It just dropped today. And it's, I mean, obviously it's mildly depressing because the lawsuit is still going on.
It's mildly depressing.
If you read the actual opinion,
You smoke crack in a hot tub? I've never heard of people smoking crack in hot tubs, but then again, I don't think I've ever smoked crack.
kind of get the idea.
Yeah, no, I don't think
that
we
even
smoke crack.
the judge kind of thinks it should be over. Again,
To be honest, I don't think I've ever even seen crack, just to be frank. I mean, no, wait, no, I've seen what it looks like. I think I saw what it looks like. This one guy that I knew or whatever, we called him Travels. He called him Travels because he used to travel with like a caboodle kit or whatever. And when he opened it up, he just had like every drug you could possibly think of, just like in his little kit. You know, and I think at one point he was like, "Oh yeah, I got crack right here," and I was like, "Oh, that's what crack looks like." It was like a little right wacky looking shit. It was just like, cool. Never seen that shit before. Now I know. So yeah, that was a mistake. I have seen what crack looks like. She's never done it. She's never done it. Actually, I think that day I saw it was like, it's like the thing that you would have seen the police have where they have like a briefcase and it's got all these different types of drugs in it. Like this is what this guy had, except for, like it was just all the bags and shit. I was just like, motherfucker, how did you even get this in here? What the fuck? But then it actually made perfect sense how he got it in there. Yeah. Anyways, back to the hot tub stream.
We'll be going through
back to the hot tub.
The whole thing. I don't know how to.
Defeated?
I have to speak very diplomatically about it.
I have to speak diplomatically.
Because it's an ongoing case. It's really annoying.
Oh, yeah. It's an ongoing case and you have to speak diplomatically about it now? You didn't have to speak diplomatically about it 5 months ago? Dumbass.
That I'm involved in specifically.
Honestly, though, if this guy tries to tell me that he doesn't do coke, I don't know, dude. That schnoz, man. That looks like a fucking Hoover. He looks like the type of guy that I'd have to fucking put the lines out for because if not,
but I think there's
way too much.
There's some statements that
He's
are
the dude
made
that you give the key bump to
because
you're like, nah,
I definitely disagree with.
I see that nose. You're gonna be like,
but it doesn't really matter that I disagree with them.
Yeah, he's really wishing that hot tub is a time machine.
Like the judge rules, so the only thing you can do is either appeal it or go on. And that's a tough question of what exactly to do in this situation is.
Oh, really? It's a tough question.
I haven't made any decisions on that. So with that, I won't be discussing like what we're doing yet, mostly because I don't fucking know.
You don't know what you're gonna
I
do.
will be discussing the decision.
He doesn't know what he was gonna do because he did not. He did not have a fucking plan for this because he thought he had it in the bag.
The stuff I disagree with, the stuff I think is good and beneficial. Because yes, to whoever's asking, the judge denied the anti-slap motion. Said that Colorado law doesn't apply. I don't actually think that that's the correct decision.
You don't think Colorado law applies in Minnesota? Or you think Colorado law applies in Minnesota? Because the judge from Minnesota said that it didn't. So, it doesn't really matter what you're waxing poetic on. You were wrong, bitch!
But okay. I mean, I saw her reasoning.
I saw her reasoning.
And it's fine, I guess.
It's fine, I guess.
I thought it was a very interesting play by Randazza. I hoped it would work, but it's worked in other cases. It's worked in other jurisdictions.
It's worked in other cases. It's worked in other jurisdictions. Yep. It's all down here from here, baby. Yeah, if you never seen crack, Tanya, you better not be fucking smoking no crack. Oh, yeah. Wow. Monograph wins against Nick Ricada. I get to go over here, laugh about it, have a good old time for it. I'm just great. What's this? Breaking. Senator Chuck Grassley and Representative James Comer have released the FD 1023 alleging a criminal bribery scheme involving Joe Biden and a Ukrainian executive. Date of the report 6/30/2020. And it's been unclassified. First meeting with Burisma executives in Ukraine 2015-2016, and late 2015-2016 during the Obama-Biden administration. CHS was first introduced to officials at Ukraine's natural gas business Burisma Holdings through Alexander Apostolnenko for full identification. Blah, 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 blah. Is this that pay for play thing that they were talking about? Why, yes, this is that pay for play thing. That was alleged and all those bad things that were actually true. They were trying to say, nuh-uh, they're not true, motherfucker. It's not true. It's not true. It's not true. Well, yeah, it's true. They unclassified it. They released it, and I haven't seen it anywhere except for like one fucking Twitter post. Yeah. So it looks like, yeah, they actually did have a record of it where it talks about recorded phone calls and the whole 9 yards. And then it even discusses that one time that Joe Biden said, if you don't fire the prosecutor, you're not going to get the money, when they were investigating Burisma and Hunter Biden and the whole other thing. And oh, yeah. So I guess that's like a pretty big piece of news, dude. You know, maybe we're going to get this impeachment thing on the run, but, you know, this should be obviously stopping Joe Biden from being a president, but it's probably not going to get the news time or the airtime that anybody thought it was going to be getting, but it's in fact real. It was in fact talked about, and it's all up in the up and up at this point. So there should definitely be some action within the next couple of months, unless, you know, Joe Biden goes all full dictator and shit. But, oh wait.
The press conference said, no, I said, I'm not going to, we're not. And I had gotten a commitment from Poroshenko and from Yatsenyuk that they would take action against the state prosecutor, and they didn't. So they said they were walking out to the press conference, said, no, I said, I'm not going to, we're not going to give you the $1 billion. They said, you have no authority. You're not the president. The president said, I said, call him.
Call him.
I said, I'm telling you, you're not getting the $1 billion. I said, you're not getting the $1 billion. I'm going to be leaving here. And I think it was, 6 hours? I said, I'm leaving in 6 hours. If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money. Well, son of a bitch. Got fired. And they put in place someone who was solid. And I had gotten a commitment.
And they put in place someone who was solid. Yeah, so not only does it talk about the whole, that right there, it talks about a whole lot more. Regarding CHS aforementioned appropriately, that Zolosevsky says he has many text messages and recordings that show that he was concerned to make such payments. CHS clarified Zelensky said that he had a total of 17 recordings involving the Bidens. 2 of the recordings include Joe Biden, and the remaining 15 recordings only included Hunter Biden. CHS reiterated that per Zoloshevsky, these recordings evidence Zoloshevsky was somehow coerced into paying the Bidens to ensure the Ukraine prosecutor general Viktor Shokin was fired. Zoloshevsky stated that it has two documents that evidence some payments to the Bidens were made, presumably in exchange for Shokin's firing. Yep. So, yeah, another one of those things that we were telling you about that came true later on that we were right about. I know. Woo! Yay! It's all right. Everybody was right about this one. We already knew. Everybody already fucking knew. And then this happened today.
Point of order, pursuant to House Rule 11, Clause 2, which Mr. Kennedy is violative of, I move that we move into executive session because Mr. Kennedy has repeatedly made despicable anti-Semitic and anti-Asian comments as recently as last week. Rule 11, Clause 2 says, whenever it is asserted by a member of the committee that the evidence or testimony at a hearing may tend to defame, degrade, or incriminate any person, or it is asserted by a witness that the evidence or testimony that the witness would give at a hearing may tend to defame, degrade, or incriminate the witness, and it goes on.
Oh, wow,
Mr.
they're
Kennedy,
trying to censor
among many other
witness.
things,
That's
has
great.
said, I know a lot now about
Stupid
bioweapons. We put out
Democrats.
hundreds of millions of dollars into ethnically targeted microbes. The Chinese have done the same thing. In fact, COVID-19, there is an argument that it is ethnically targeted. COVID-19 attacks certain races disproportionately. The races that are most immune to COVID-19 are...
Is the lady making a motion or a speech?
I've made a motion.
Is the lady
to
making
move
a motion
into
or a
executive
speech?
session because Mr. Kennedy's testimony...
Mr. Chairman, I
and
move
his
to table the
previous
motion.
statements-
The gentleman from Kentucky has moved to table.
Mr.
Question is
Mr.
on the
Chairman, I
motion.
ask for a roll call vote on the motion to table.
Well, let me ask the
Fucking
question.
table
The
it!
question's on the motion to table. The gentleman.
Woo! What the fuck is that? Oh my God! Theta Naya donated $99.99 through the super chat. Are you kidding me? $99.99? Well, thank you very much to that there, Theta Naya, for your very, very generous donation through the super chat. I appreciate that $99, and it's definitely going to be paying off some rent or some sort of bills that I have because I'm a degenerate piece of trash. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. And yes, this is the best news ever, but it's also the best worst show ever. Don't get it twisted. Yay!
The lady has asked for a roll call vote. The clerk will We'll have to
Well, thank you very much, there,
step back for a
Theta
second. The
Naya,
clerk will have to come in.
aka
We'll call the
Tanya.
roll on the motion to table.
Oh no,
And then we
fucking
can get back to testimony.
Lestat's gonna be up in here.
I'll leave that up to the clerks. If the clerks are comfortable with that. Yeah, why don't we do that? Maybe we can go right down here.
Mr. Chairman, point of order.
Gentleman from Louisiana.
Is it the custom of this committee to censor viewpoints that we disagree with from witnesses?
Mr. Chairman, I have
That's not a
motion-
point of
I have
order.
a motion on the table
There's a motion and the vote's
to
been
move into
called.
executive session
We're
because
waiting for
Mr.
the clerks.
is violative of
Waiting
Rule
for the
11, Clause
clerks.
2.
Waiting for the clerks. Clerk will call the roll.
Mr. Jordan.
Yes.
Mr. Jordan votes yes. Mr. Issa. Mr. Massey.
Yes, to not censor.
Mr. Massey votes yes. Mr. Stewart.
Yes.
Mr. Stewart votes yes. Ms. Stefanik.
Yes.
Ms. Stefanik votes yes. Mr. Gates. Mr. Johnson of Louisiana.
Yes.
Mr. Johnson of Louisiana votes yes. Mr. Armstrong.
Yes.
Mr. Armstrong votes yes.
Yes.
Mr. Stubbe.
Yes.
Mr. Bishop. Mr. Bishop votes yes. Ms. Kamak.
Yes.
Ms. Kamak votes yes. Ms. Hageman. Ms. Hageman votes yes. Ms. Pasquette.
No, I want to follow the rules that the Republicans made at the beginning of this conference with these House rules, so no.
Ms. Pasquette
Oh,
votes no.
no.
Mr. Lynch. No. Mr. Lynch votes no.
Oh,
Ms.
no.
Sanchez.
No, because it's violative of the rules.
Ms. Sanchez votes no. Ms. Wasserman Schultz.
No to allowing a witness to degrade and
This is not
defame
speech
others
time.
and violate the rules and not have his testimony and degradation and amplified
Chair.
rather than given in executive session.
Ms. Wasserman
whoa,
Schultz
whoa,
votes no.
whoa, whoa.
Mr. Connolly.
No to the
Miss-
Soviet Politburo.
Mr. Connolly votes no. Mr. Garamendi.
No.
Mr. Garamendi votes no.
No.
Mr. Allred.
No. Oh, doesn't
Ms.
vote.
Garcia.
No.
Ms. Garcia
No.
votes no. Mr. Goldman.
No to
No.
hate speech.
Mr. Goldman
To
votes
hate
no.
speech.
Jeez.
Mr. Gates. Yes.
Mr. Gates. Aye. Mr. Gates votes aye.
Aye. Looks like that didn't work, did it? Yeah. They didn't really like what Robert F. Kennedy had to say today, so they tried to censor him, and it didn't work. But they were calling it hate speech and saying that he wasn't following the rules, and they're the ones that asked him to be there to tell his fucking testimony. And they didn't like what he had to hear, so they tried to censor it because they didn't want the rest of the human public to hear it. But it's still gonna get out there. Yep. Aye. Wow. Whatever. Car caught on fire in California. It was so hot. Although they're thinking that this isn't because of it being hot. But whatever. This. Did every U.S. governor let the letter of encouragement offer of support like this from the Chinese and official in March 2020 or just the governor of Illinois? Oh. Cool, man. Yeah, I fucking love China, bro. Gotta love China. Here's a weird one. A video has emerged of a Chinese airline in January showing a plane erupting into panic. A man shouted he was stuck in a time loop and this was his sixth cycle. In the cycle, he claims that the plane crashed and everyone died and he returned to this point. He also said that the flight attendant wasn't human and there was a robot who was changing her battery. The plane ended up not flying after multiple passengers became worried that the man responsible for the panic was arrested. He was sent to a professional medical institution to receive further treatment after the police claimed it was abnormal behavior. This is some Final Destination shit. Edmond 7. That happened to me on a flight one time, except for the plane crashed in the Pacific Ocean and we landed on a weird island and I joined something called the Dharma Initiative. Yeah, I watched Lost too, motherfucker. Okay. I watched that shit too. Well, have a good night. Go to bed soon there, Theta Naya. We appreciate you. Appreciate you. Yeah. So yeah, there's more craziness happening on planes this time. A guy thought he was stuck in a time loop, which he might have been. I mean, I'm stuck in a time loop at some points in my life or whatever, but I usually get out of them. It's a little bit of a pain in the ass, but most of the time nowadays I can just see the future and, you know, things that are going to happen, and then I just do the one thing that'll make it so that one doesn't happen, you know. Be like, oh, on that one I went right. I'm going to go left. I'll stop and then I'll have like a thought, or sometimes when something's about to happen or I'll slip or something like that, I'll get like a flash of 4 or 5 different ways of me dying before I say correct. And I'm just like, oh, fuck. God damn it, I almost died again. God damn it, I almost fucking died again. Oh, we already showed that, basically. Well, congratulations to all the BLM protesters in New York City. They're all getting $10,000 from the city of New York for getting arrested for rioting. New York City has agreed to pay $13 million, or nearly $10,000, to each protester beaten and arrested in the 2020 Black Lives Matter demonstration. So that means that in 2020 in New York City, if you were out rioting, destroying the streets, and you got arrested for demonstrating or whatever, you're going to get paid $10K by the city for all the destruction and crime that was wrought. How fucking fantastic is that for them? God, not only are they getting help from the city to pay off all the fines and debts, it's all like completely cool. They're like, we're sorry that we beat the shit out of you and arrested you for demonstrating. That's our bad. Here's 10 grand. Yep. So we're paying domestic terrorists if they're on the right side. So yeah, if you want to get a 10K payday, all you got to do is be Antifa. Don't you be one of those MAGA motherfuckers though, where your ass is going to end up in the gulag. Better watch out, bitch. Yeah. I figured you'd want to hear about that one. What's this? Oh, yeah, they said that they're going to bar some places from selling liquor, and places have been selling liquor for fucking with no liquor license in Carson City. Oh, yeah, that's just crazy. That's just crazy. Well, those two didn't even need to be in there. This one's sad. So, I say this one's sad because one of the historical backstories that you'll probably... well, you just never knew about your boy DeFango was that he was actually friends with the late Kevin Mitnick, who actually just died, which is pretty sad. Honestly, he was a good guy. He was probably one of the more altruistic hackers out there who followed the same philosophy as I do, is that you're just out there collecting cool shit. You're not actually trying to make any money of it or do anything nasty of it. It's more or less for the thrill of it all. It's more or less for the bragging rights, as it were. And unfortunately, he has died, which is really sad. He was only the age 59, dude. He still had a lot going for him, although, to be honest, he wasn't really taking the greatest care of himself. He lived in Las Vegas, Nevada, so maybe you've always wondered why I would spend a lot of time in Las Vegas, is because most of the time I was going and visiting some of my hacker friends, or at least one of my only hacker friends that I actually really trusted and cared about, because he explained a lot about the course and trade for it, and also showed me that being a hacker is a lot more about the person that you are and how you operate than it is about, like, how crazy of things that you've done. So there's hackers out there that get paid all kinds of money to do crazy shit, and I could do the same shit that they do. I just have these things called morals. They suck. But I'm not going to get rid of them. Not going to get rid of them. It sucks, though. He died after a 14-month battle with pancreatic cancer. Unfortunately, he wasn't listening to me about getting onto the weed, although I think he finally did. It was just too late. The last thing that he was doing was running a company called No Before, which is basically a company that helps big corporations test their security through very, very meaningful ways. Very, very meaningful ways. Oh my God, Faded History, dude. You gave a fucking $5 Rumble rant, dude. I see that right there. Faded History coming through with the $5 Rumble rant. We appreciate that, brother. We appreciate it. I can show it. Oh, here, we go. See, there it is right there. Faded History. Faded History, $5 Rumble rant. What's that? He's a supporter. That's pretty sick. Metal Monster PDX, we appreciate that. Oh, I didn't even realize that they changed that. That's cool. So this guy had a really colorful career. He's had movies made about him. He's probably one of the most respected cybersecurity professionals in the public and in the private sector. I mean, he was probably one of the most legit hackers that ever existed. And the only reason I even know of this guy and like heard about him was through his exploits from movies that I had seen, and then a friend of mine who was also a pretty big hacker, one of the biggest hackers. He was a young kid. I think he was very young. Basically, if you've ever watched the movie Hackers, they talk about a kid who took out an entire network of computers, like 10,000 or something like that. The kid that did that was a friend of mine through the internet or whatever, and then we met in real life. And then we were friends for a while after that, which is how I actually met this guy, was because of the other guy. Just a little piece of history, but he never hacked for any money, and he really did it for trophies, to be perfectly honest. His high-profile arrest happened in 1995, 3 years after he skipped on probations for other computer break-in charges, and he was accused of causing millions of dollars in damages to companies all over the place, including Motorola, Novell, Nokia, Sun Microsystems, by basically stealing and altering code. And I mean, back in the day, he just basically was doing simple crimes of trespass and changed himself into a very big day. But like Kevin Mitnick, my forte is social engineering, right? Like, social engineering is one of those things that I think a lot of people haven't really understood, which is the most powerful technique in hacking. See, I'm a social engineer, right? And I can use it to great effect in my daily life because I'm constantly working for different companies and having to gain access to different places and people. So I'm constantly having to basically utilize social cues and social engineering skills to make people feel at ease and to give me access, even though I technically have credentials and stuff. Part of it is not actually having to show that stuff and getting access, and just seeing to see if you can actually get it. So if you think about it, being like this is a pretty big thing, and it's just a really sad day because one of the greatest hackers, I would have to say, that ever lived, guy that really changed the face of hacking and kind of showed people that there was a little bit of a better way. He's no longer with us. So I find it to be sad, but it does give me some ideas for the very, very near future, because if somebody were to utilize their hacking skills for good, I'm sure that they could do a lot of great things. And now this.
Bro, what the fuck? No. What the fuck?
What the fuck is that? What the fuck?
No. What the? No. Hold up. Bro, this is a fucking leaf. A fucking electric car, bro.
Oh yeah, electric car.
Bro, hold on.
Bro.
Hey, we had a camera right there, you know, facing over there.
You had the camera over here, facing over that way.
No. What the fuck? What the fuck Bro.
What the fuck is this?
Bro. What? Bro.
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 Yeah,
I've got a pilot down here.
Bro. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Bro.
Okay.
Oh, what the hell?
God, you got a fucking flux capacitor.
Bro. Oh my god. Oh my god. What is this?
What is this?
What?
Yeah, that's why I looked at the water under right
Man, I can't even pop the hood.
I can't even pop the hood.
Oh,
This thing still got a temporary tag.
that's what I'm saying.
When did they do that shit?
Bro,
When did they do that shit? Holy.
look at the front camera.
Look at the camera on the front. It's taped on there, bro.
Bro.
He's got it taped on there, bro. What is that? What the fuck is that?
Oh shit. What the fuck?
Hey,
This is Back to the Future car. Bro, he got lights right there. There's some glue right there.
Some hot glue.
Oh man, let's see what we find under the hood.
Oh my
How you
fucking
open
god, dude.
How do you? I don't know, man.
Oh, that's actually no. What the fuck is this? Oh no!
Holy crap.
Oh my god!
Hey man, why are you selling this car?
Man, I sell that car.
Fuck!
Well, at least he's got that flux capacitor in there, dog. Oh my god, dude! At least he's got the flux capacitor. Shield eyes from light. Low key, that's what my car looks like. Yeah, he definitely needs some fucking fans. I don't think he's got any power for fans. He has 4 fucking batteries in the truck, and they weren't even tied down. And fucking one time he gets hit, that battery's fucking woo, blah, 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 it'll fucking kill someone. Oh god, dude. Yeah, that was real. That was a real car. He got the flux capacitor though.
That's a solar.
He got the flux capacitor. Bro. What did he do? And now this bitch is about to fucking roast every single one of you.
Hey, can I smash? These comments never make sense to me. It's like, what are you going to do? Shove your dick through the computer screen? How is that going to work? Like, are you going to fly me out? Are you going to fly me to wherever it is you live? Are you going to drive over here? Like, how does that even work? I don't understand why people say that. You know, I just don't feel like you're actually committed to the smash. I feel like you're just talking shit. You're just saying things. You're just talking on the internet. You don't mean it. Come on, come over to my house. Come on over here. I dare you. Are you going to show up? Huh? I'm waiting. TikTok, time to fuck.
Yeah, fucking roasted. She's thirsty as fuck, dude. She's like, oh yeah, you want to smash? Yeah, you gonna fucking come over or whatever? What do you got? How we gonna fucking do this shit? TikTok, time to fuck. I would just be sitting in the back like, all right, I'm fucking out of here. This bitch is too hardcore for me. My bad. Yeah.
Hey, can I smash? These comments never make sense to me. It's like, what are you going to do? Shove your dick through the computer screen? How is that going to work? Like, are you going to fly me out? Are you gonna fly me to wherever it is you live? Are you gonna drive over here? Like, how does that even work? I don't understand why people say that. You know, I just don't feel like you're actually committed to the smash. I feel like you're just talking shit. You're just saying things. You're just talking on the internet. You don't mean it. Come on, come over to my house. Come on over here. I dare you. Are you gonna show up? Huh? I'm waiting. TikTok, time to fuck.
TikTok, time to fuck. Oh, she fucking roasted every single one of us. Yeah, I don't know if she hooked up with a viewer, if that was a mean. I don't even know who this person is. I've never seen them before in my entire life. But she wins. I lose. That was fucking great. Did you guys see that the North Carolina Pfizer factory was destroyed by a tornado with winds upwards of 150 miles an hour? Yeah, it looks like God. Yeah, seems like God was a little pissed, maybe. You know? Maybe. Kind of reminds me of that time that George Floyd thing got fucking hit by lightning and shit, you know? Like, motherfucking universe, God, whoever the fuck, sent us some message being all like, nah. So, yeah, justice, they completely destroyed, or somehow 50,000 pallets of medicine were strewed across the facility, damaged through all the lane and ran and fucking crazy shit. But yeah, you know, congratulations. You're going to survive for just a little bit longer because the one above all decided to fuck some shit up. Yeah, karma's a bitch, isn't it? I don't even believe in karma, and I'm a blue guy, so whatever. Remember, I'm not actually a blue guy. I just used to go to music festivals all the time, and people would walk up to me all the time being all like, holy fucking shit, dude, you're blue. And I would be like, I don't look blue. They'd be like, dude, you're fucking blue, man. I'd be like, what do you mean? And they'd be like, you look like this guy. That's what they say. They'd be like, you're blue. You look like this dude. And I was like, motherfucking Krishna? You think I look like Krishna? The fuck? Seriously? Do I fucking look blue to you? That shit still fucks me up all the time. Gotta say I'm fucking blue and shit. Oh yeah, dude, why are you so blue, bro? You're a fucking blue man. The blue man crew. I was the original blue man, apparently. So they said, yeah, there's like, I get all these weird looking like dudes looking at me and they'd be like, yeah, bro, why are you fucking blue? Be like, what are you talking about? I ain't blue. They'd be like, nah, dog, you fucking blue, man. You blue as shit. It's like when they look at a really black guy, they'd be like, dog, dude, are you from Africa? You dark shit, man. I'm black. I'm black. You fucking Vanta black. Yeah, I guess if I was green, I could be dyed. Yeah, it could be empowering for Halloween to run around as a blue man. I kind of do look like Krishna a little bit, though. You know, got the same face and everything. Pretty good at playing the flute, right? I know how to play the flute. See, I didn't even learn how to play the flute. My sister knows how to play the flute. I just took it from her one day and started playing it. And she's like, how the fuck do you know how to play that shit? And I was like, you know how to play that shit, so I know how to play that shit. That's how that shit works. That's how that shit works. Whatever. What's this? Former trans New Hampshire lawmaker faces federal charges for allegedly using daycare connections to generate child exploitation images. Holy fucking shit. This fucking guy? Oh my God. I thought, is this real, dude? Like, what is going on with your fucking skin, bro? Like, oh fuck, man. Yeah. First openly transgender lawmaker in the United States is facing federal charges in connection with child exploitation in Titusboro, Massachusetts daycare center. A teacher at the daycare who assisted the lawmaker in obtaining pictures of the children has also been arrested. Oh boy. hey man, it's like a one-time thing. It was only one guy. It was only the first transgender guy in the government. So who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Whatever. Nick wants the age of consent to be loyal, so he and soon-to-be convicted pedophile Ali Alexander have access to young boys.
But apparently, are you a pedophile?
No. But
do you?
Have you seen my?
Do you sell children or like involved in that game?
No. But I was gonna say before, I do think the age of consent should be lowered. I don't know if you agree with that.
I just follow the law, dude. I do not want any smoke with the police. That's my philosophy on it. Do not break the law. The FBI and the police will not treat you well, and it's not fun. It's not a fun process. But
yeah, he's all like, yeah, I'm not a pedophile or anything, but I want to lower the age of consent. Yeah. Cool, man. Cool. Yeah, love being right about these guys sometimes. Oh my god.
Bro. What?
Bro. What the f?
Bro. Bro.
Look at that shit.
Bro.
Yeah, I've got a pilot down here.
Bro. Oh my god.
Bro. I guess what's the last little piece of information we'll talk about today? Oh, Alex Stein 99. He just had his fight canceled for throwing turkey dogs at Modine. Dear Mr. Stein, at the press conference today, you threw sausages that were believed to be pork meat at Mr. Mohammed Kuba, a.k.a. Modine, your scheduled opponent, causing a fight between Mr. Kuba and yourself. This fight caused the destruction of the press conference stage. You put the name and reputation of Misfits Boxing and its shareholders and its partners into dispute. We have terminated your fucking shit. And now Alex Stein is claiming that he was throwing turkey dogs. No, they weren't turkey dogs. I didn't throw pork dogs at a Muslim. I'm not an asshole.
Serious now. What's happened today, the altercation in the press conference has led the Zone and Misfits to cancel my boxing fight. Now I'm feeling heartbroken because my fight is getting cancelled because of someone else's actions. And I'm not getting the chance to smash this guy's face in, yeah? So
I really wanted him to.
Look, they found out it was not pork, bait, whatever, yeah? It was some next chicken, whatever, yeah? So that's calm. As long as it wasn't that's not that deep in it. So I don't know what to say. The fight, they've told me the fight is cancelled now. Man's bugging out, and I want to smash the brain, but they're telling me it's cancelled. Like, that's not fair, innit? I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. Like, man's switching, like proper. I don't know what to say.
He lost his chance to smash. I'm pissed, dude. All Alex Stein had to do is throw some fucking chicken dogs at this dude, and he fucking got that shit canceled. What a pussy, dude. He did that shit on purpose. He knew that shit was going to cause an effect. Well, folks, that's it for today. That's all I got for you. I gotta say, though, it's been nice to have all of you guys here hanging with me out here on the best worst show of the internet. We appreciate all you folks out there that threw money at us and all you broke bitches that didn't throw money at us. We appreciate y'all equally. Just the people that sent us money just like a little bit more. Anyways, doesn't really matter. Just make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, follow, share this with your friends, do all that crap, and I guess we'll see you on the next one, whatever that is. So don't miss your chance to smash, folks. And remember, censorship is here, and it's going to be coming fast and hard for every single person that you like. So get ready. Hopefully you're already on Rumble and all the other places. If not, I don't know what to fucking tell you. Oh, well. Oh, and Faded History came in with another Rumble rant. What is this? Of course Alex Stein would do something stupid to avoid a boxing match. Yes, he would, because he doesn't want to get his ass whooped. Because he knows he's gonna. Either way, it's over now. Bye. Go home or whatever. Do whatever you do. Oh yeah, what was that song? You know what that extra song that you really like is called Globular, A Rude Awakening.
Whatever we do, change is coming. It's coming with the implosion of our imperium,